Hello there, welcome to another episode of the Allotment Dram. This is a series of short videos where we sit and talk about different whiskies in the surroundings of our North London allotment. And you join me here on a really cold, crisp day. There's frost on the ground, so I haven't been able to do sort of anything with that. I've actually been doing some like pruning of fruit trees and things like that. But a lovely day to be up here, like sort of milky blue sky, really wintry. A few little robins like hopping around, sort of being my companion. So yeah, absolutely lovely, but very cold. As you can see, I'm properly rugged up. But while that's all very interesting, I'm sure you didn't tune in to hear about any of that. You tuned in to hear about some whiskey. And what is the Allotment Dram today, I hear you ask? Well, kind of had to pick something that would warm me up on a day like this. So very luckily, before Christmas, we purchased a bottle of LONGROW Peated here. So there we are. Yep. And LONGROW Peated. So this is from the Springbank Distillery in Campbelltown. And yeah, we purchased this sort of early mid-December time. So seems like an appropriate day to be opening this. So what can I tell you about it? Well, of course, as I say, it's made at Springbank. Springbank was founded in 1828 and has been owned by the same family, not since the very beginning, but since 1837. So that's when the Mitchell family took over, and now it's owned by J&A Mitchell and Sons. So they took over in 1837, so almost 200 years of ownership. And it's quite small. Yeah, it only makes about 500,000 litres a year, and it's very traditional. So everything is hands-on. There's virtually no computer. There's nothing mechanised. So it's literally like, if you go there, it's literally like seeing whiskey being made like in the 1800s. Literally, nothing has changed. So LONGROW is made for a much shorter part of the year than you may have had like regular Springbank. That is made for a majority of the year, probably sort of 9 months of the year roughly, and that's lightly peated, the regular Springbank. So that's between 12 and 15 ppm, the phenol parts per million. So they do their own peating, they do their own malting there. So they literally leave the peat fire burning with the malt above it to dry for around 6 hours to get that 12 to 15 ppm. Whereas with LONGROW, it's much more heavily peated. So that is left on under or over the peat fire in the kiln for about 48 hours. So this results in a ppm level, this phenol parts per million level of about 45 to 50. So this is putting it up there with a lot of these sort of Islay whiskies and that. And then very unusually, Springbank also makes a third style of spirit as well. So Springbank and LONGROW are both double distilled, as most Scotch whisky is, but then they also make Hazelburn for about 3 weeks every year, and this is triple distilled. So yeah, so they make Springbank, this lightly peated one, for most of the year. Then for about 3, maybe 4 weeks they make LONGROW, and then for another 3, maybe 4 weeks they make Hazelburn. So yeah, lightly peated, very peated, or highly peated in this case, and then triple distilled for the Hazelburn. So I hope that all makes sense. But LONGROW was first made in 1973, and this one is bottled. This is really the core product of LONGROW, and you'll see like several limited editions, small batches that sort of come through, but this one is a consistent product. So this is bottled at 46% and is non-chill filtered and natural colour, and most places will sell it maybe around 45 to 50 pounds. And we actually bought it from Cadenheads in their London shop, which is just down there in Marylebone, and it's a little bit cheaper than that because Cadenheads is owned by J&A Mitchell, the same owners as the distillery. So they obviously sell it slightly cheaper, and we got it for, I think it was £42 actually, so well worth checking them out. But I think without further ado, I should probably warm myself up and have a taste. I'm going to take, we've not opened the bottle yet, so we're not really sort of knowing what to expect. We've had some other Longrows in the past, but I'm going to take my gloves off very quickly to open this for you. So hopefully it won't take me too long. There we go, it's come off quite easily. There we are. Let's get the glass. Lovely sort of bright gold colour there. Very, very nice. Yeah, it smells pretty much like what I need on a day like today, and the gloves back on quite quickly. Right, so what have we got with this Longrow Peated? It's a little bit cold, so that can inhibit a whiskey sometimes. So I'm still getting decent aroma though. It's like a sort of sooty peat smoke, sort of ashy. Then quite a lot of vanilla, like a sweet vanilla custard and some brown sugar maybe. Yeah, it smells very intense. You can see I'm steaming the glass up here. But let's have a taste. Gosh, that's good. Oh, yeah, this lovely, like sooty peat smoke, as I said, from the nose. Really, really good. Really warming, mouth coating. It's got slightly sort of oily, viscous kind of feel to it. Then you've got a lovely, I'm not sure of the casking, and they don't really state what the casking is, but there's a lovely sort of this vanilla custard, like a good, really good, like patisserie custard, that you get in some really, good patisserie, like pastries and things. And then there's like a sultana, like a big, plump, juicy sultana. Yeah, very, very nice. I think just need to warm up a little bit more. So let's have another taste. That's really nice. I'm now getting like a sort of malty biscuit. It's quite malty earthiness to it, but there's also some elevated sweetness that is reminiscent of maybe like the toffee apples that you get when you go to like the fairground, and because there's like a green fruit, like green apple or pear or something, but with toffee. And then one thing that I'm really getting is, it may sound a bit weird, but like a toasted marshmallow. So you have your marshmallow on a stick and you toast it over the barbecue or bonfire or something, because it's got that sort of crystallized sugary sweetness to it, all surrounded by this sort of sooty peat smoke, sort of ashy charcoal-like smoke. Very, very nice. Lovely sort of mouthfeel as well. It's got this as I said, this delicious sort of oiliness and viscous sort of nature to it. So yeah, very, very good, and actually really pleased that I picked this, because it's really warming me up. As I say, I think the temperature is predicted to get to 0 today, so it's probably -1, -2 as I'm sitting here right now at the moment. But yeah, really good. So as I say, if you like your smoky whiskies, this doesn't have really the same feel as an Islay whiskey. The peat smoke's a little bit softer and a little bit sort of gentler, and it has this sort of ashy, sooty quality. So yeah, I would say, if you like your smoky whiskies and with quite a lot of peat in it, then you should try out Longrow if you haven't. This Longrow Peated, as I say, is a core product, so you can really get it like all year round, unlike a lot of the others. They experiment with some different types of cask, and you get some age statement ones occasionally, but very, very good. So yeah, search it out, especially if you're in a cold climate like I am at the moment, and you need something to warm you up. and you like your smoky whiskies, then this is a real winner. So yeah, I think from myself and the LONGROW Peated, we will bid you farewell. We're now going to just finish off. I've got to take all my sort of pruning and sort of branches and twigs and stuff to the compost heap, and then I'll be off home to warm up a little bit. So yeah, from myself and the LONGROW Peated, we will bid you farewell, and hopefully see you again soon for another allotment dram. Cheers.